welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Noom Amy coming with another video today on how to start your own lash business. As you guys been asking for this video for such a long time, I finally sat down and recorded it. I really had to go back and forth because I was missing information on how to start one, because I'm about to turn a year with my company, so I had to literally go back and kind of remember how did I start one. So if you guys are really interested on how to start your own lash business, then keep on watching. So I'm so sorry for the background here. This is where I keep all of my lash stuff, like the top there. You guys can probably see my lashes, and it's a lot of mess back there. So I'm so sorry about the background. It's not the whole pink background. I'm recording this while my boyfriend and my son is asleep. So if you guys hear them snoring in the background, I am so sorry. I'm recording this at 1 in the morning, so sorry about that, you guys. I really wanted to get this done. So with that being said, you guys, let's jump into this video. What you guys want to do when you guys starting your own lash business is getting a budget, because when you start a business, you want to make sure that you have a certain budget you're going to spend. Sure that this is something you can do, and of course your partner is supporting you or your family supporting you, because this business is going to either break you into small pieces, or it's just gonna make you go insane, crazy, whatever you want to say. Because trust me and believe me, I probably gone through all of those. This business is gonna stress you so much. So I just wanted to make that super clear that when you are starting this business, you really want to get a budget, and kind of talk to it with your partner, and let them know this is something you really are interested in doing, and something that you want their support, because you are going to need their support, either physically, financially, even emotionally, because I said this business will break you into so many pieces, and I can make a whole video about that. Trust me, it's gonna get you crazy. So now, like I said, get the budget down. Now the second thing you guys want to do on starting your own lash business, is coming up with a name. Now the whole naming thing, I feel was one of the hardest things to do, besides finding a vendor and how much to put the prices and blah blah blah. Because the name, it's really hard. My personally opinion is because, one, there are so many there are so many other companies out there already, with either the similar name or even with the same name, and it's really hard to get a name that is different and unique. So I personally thought I personally thought it was one of the hardest things to come up with, was the naming. Luckily my boyfriend was there to help me. We both were going back and forth with the whole naming, because like I said, there are so many other companies already out there. So when you come up with your name, you want to make sure that your name is something super different, no one has ever heard of. You want to make sure that the name is super easy to remember as well. Mine, luckily, is just Glowing Cosmetics, so it's really simple and kind of easy to remember. I didn't want to put anything that had the word beauty, because as you guys can see, the word beauty is in so many companies use that name. Beauty is all over Instagram, so I just wanted something a bit different. So that's how the whole Glowing Cosmetics name started. But yeah, so you guys want to make sure to take your time in starting your whole business lash name. One thing I will say, don't put your name in your company's name, because more chances is that you're not the only Stephanie, Veronica, you're not the only one with that name. There's so many other people out there with that name, and probably they're using it in their company's name. So that's one thing you don't want to do, it's put your name. So really take your time coming up with the name. After you come up with the name, you want to go on Instagram and kind of search up if someone already has it, or is it similar to someone business name. Like I said, you really want a unique, different name. So that's what I did when I came up with the name. I would go on Instagram and kind of search up and see if someone was already using it. If not, then you know, it was perfect. But make sure that you guys like it. You know, this is your business. Make sure that this is a name that you are comfortable with. You know, you want the people to remember you by. So make sure, like I said, take your time in the whole naming thing and stuff. Now, the next thing you guys want to do is come up with a different Instagram account. The reason is because you want to keep your personal life and your business life in separate accounts. Believe me, I know, you know, putting a picture with your boyfriend is all cute, or uploading a picture with your baby. You know, babies are super adorable. Believe me, I know they're super cute, but it's not professional, you guys. Making a different account can be scary because you have no followers, you have no picture. It's just you're starting at the bottom, and it's really scary to a lot of people. But believe me, if you put the dedication and hard work, you're going to get to the top. You know, your followers are going to start coming in. You're starting to get those likes, comments, whatever, you know. But yeah, you want to keep your whole personal and business account separate. Believe me, you want to live professional. Even if you don't know what you're doing, which, trust me, I've been there. I didn't know what I got myself into when I started this whole glowing cosmetics company. But I still look professional. See, a lot of people really think that, you know, oh my god, she started a business, like she's really into this whole, you know, company thing. Like, it's gonna make you look super professional, and it's gonna make people think that you're really into this whole, you know, business you're going to start. You want to let people know that you are super serious in this. You don't want them to take you as a joke. So you really want, you know, like I said, separate those two together. I know it's really difficult going back and forth, switching accounts. Believe me, I have 3 accounts right now, and it's really hard. So really keep that in mind when you are going to start a lash business. Is you have to start a whole different account. And it also really looks professional whenever you upload people that are wearing your lashes and stuff like that. You know, followers start to come in and stuff like that. It's gonna grow. Eventually, it's gonna grow. It's gonna take time. I'm not gonna say, you know, la noche a la mañana, your business is going to bloom with orders and you're gonna have like 100 and something K followers. I don't know what the hell you say that, but no, it's gonna take time. Believe me, it's going to take time. And if you are passionate about your business, you're gonna be okay. Believe me, you're gonna be okay. Next thing you guys want to do is find a vendor. Now, this question is a question that I get asked so much on my Instagram account, that where can I find one, or who's my vendor, or so has the same vendor. Like, it's just crazy. Like, I could probably pull up my phone and show you guys how many people ask me that on a daily. So I'm gonna finally answer your question. But before I even answer how to find a vendor, let me first say this. If you are someone who is going to start a lash business or is thinking about it, it's really disrespectful to kind of message a business and ask them who's, like, saying, hey, who's your vendor. I personally feel like that's really disrespectful, because finding a vendor can be really hard and easy. Like, well, it's really hard and easy, but for some people it's really difficult to kind of find one, or the right one that fits them. So it's really disrespectful, sorry, to message somebody, a company, you know, asking them who is their vendor. Now, if you have your business already starting and you know, have your vendor, and if you want to find a different vendor or looking something different, then it's totally fine. But at the same time, you also got to keep in mind, some of these companies do ask for money, which is, I don't know, I don't want to say it's crazy, because I had other companies ask me, when I asked them, they asked me, you have to pay $250 and I'll let you know who's my vendor, you know. At first I thought it was a bit crazy. I'm like, am I going to pay $250 just to know who the hell is your vendor? Like, what the hell? But I also understood where they were coming from, because like I said, it's really hard to find a vendor, and you guys are going to know why just in a minute. So a lot of people do ask for a feed. I wasn't asking for anything, but now I am. So if you guys are a company or already starting yours and you want to know my vendors, because I do have more than one, then you guys can pay 50 bucks and then I'll let you guys know all the information. So it's not that hard, but like I said, it's really disrespectful. Don't come to a company. I personally am at least professional, and I tell you guys, but there's other companies out there that are not professionals, and they will go off on you, which is also disrespectful on their side and unprofessional, but that's a whole different video. So back with the whole finding a vendor now. Like I said before, finding a vendor can be easy and hard. I'm gonna start off with the hard part. The reason why finding a vendor can be hard is because there are scammers out there that are pretending to be vendors and are actually not, and they're just trying to take your money. That's what I mean by finding a vendor can be hard. And also vendors that, you know, are like giving you this crazy price for a lash that you can find it at a cheaper price with another vendor. Like, it's really hard to find a vendor. Let me just kind of put it out there, because it's like, honestly, no other way I can explain to you guys that. I'm going crazy already. But yes, now the easy part of finding a vendor, honestly, you guys can just go on Google and like type wholesale vendor overseas. If you guys didn't know, all vendors come from overseas, so that's another thing on how to find a vendor. You know, which means that you will have to be staying up late at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning, because our time difference are different. So yeah, that's the thing. Another thing I find really hard, because I have a kid, and if I'm up, he's up, and man, he's just cranky in the morning. If I have to wake him up, we have to go somewhere or something. So that's another thing that's hard to find a vendor. Now, like, back to the easy part. It's just going on Google, finding them. There are tons of vendors. You also don't want to go with the first vendor you find on Google, because you kind of want to like explore other vendors. You kind of want to like know other vendors out there. You know, you want to like see, you know, the prices. Like I said, especially if you're on a budget, you know, you don't want to go over your budget, because there's other things you will have to buy. So with that being said, you want to like explore other vendors. When you finally get a vendor and it comes down to paying, I personally pay through PayPal, because I find it super easy on both sides. I don't ever pay on the website because I'm a little scared. Oh my god, I can't believe it. But I'm scared to pay on the website because, hello, they're overseas. Like, these people are hella smarter than we are, and what if they hacked me, like, and hack my bank account or something, and then I'm gonna be at zero? Like, it's scary. I personally don't pay on the website. I had told some of my vendors that, and they totally understand. They were laughing, honestly, because I told them they were like smarter than we are, because I mean, come on now, they are overseas, so whatever. But yeah, I personally paid through PayPal, and I feel like it's, like I said, easier for both ends. Sometimes they offer you other services like Western Union or something like that's called. I don't do that. Like I said, I do PayPal. It's easier, faster, and then the money goes through, and you know, it's easier for, like I said, for both of us. So keep that in mind whenever you're about to pay. You want to pay is through PayPal. Another thing when you are talking to your vendor is to make sure where are you going to choose the whole like company getting it shipped to. I personally either choose FedEx or DHL, just depending on the shipping fee. That's another thing I want to tell you guys. The shipping fee is kind of not expensive, but for some people it's going to be expensive, especially if you're on a budget. Shipping fee can range anything from like 100 to like $350 or so, just depending the amount you are going to order. I know it sounds crazy, but they are from overseas, so anything from overseas is already expensive just a bit. So yeah, when I started doing this whole lash business, what I did first is, like I said, I found my vendor. I found a couple vendors actually, and I messaged them, and I asked them for a sample first. I didn't want to go, you know, jump to the first vendor and be like, oh, I'm gonna order like so much from this, and I don't know, because you don't know what you're gonna get in the mail. You want to test the lash first. You want to make sure something you are comfortable wearing. You want to make sure that your customers are going to be, you know, comfortable wearing your lashes, they're gonna feel beautiful wearing your lashes. You know, you want to try them out first. So my first, my advice to you guys is, when you find your vendor, before even asking shipping, all that, is ask them how much is the sample order. And sample orders rate anything from like $75 to $100, just depending kind of how many lashes you're getting. And that's just the lashes, like the sample box. They'll send you like a sample box with different lashes, and then they'll add obviously the shipping fee on top, and but sometimes they'll do like specials and sales, and they can like sell them to you maybe at 100, and the part includes a shipping fee or so. I don't know, like I said, there's so many vendors out there, so it's really kind of hard to find. What I did was order sample orders from different vendors, and then that's when I started choosing which was the lash that I wanted. First order also, I'm like jumping everywhere, I'm so sorry. When I did my first order, I ordered a small amount because I was new to this. I didn't know if this was going to work. If not, I don't know if this business was going to take off in a good path. So what I did was I ordered a small amount. So I started with 2 lashes back then, and I ordered 25 of each, and I only came out with 2 lashes. So I ordered 50 of them, and it turned out to be good. So once I saw that I was running out pretty fast and stuff like that, then I went and I ordered more, and I went to 100, and just doing on and on like that. But you also like want to keep that in mind. You don't want to go ahead and order like 100 or 500 lashes, and then the business is not meant for you, or you just don't want to do it because you don't have time, or it's just taking up too much time, and you're gonna be left with all of that, and you're just gonna basically waste all your money, because lashes are kind of, I don't want to say expensive, but they are going up on prices because it is trending. Everybody wants lashes, so obviously they are going up on their prices. So you don't want to like waste your money and then can't get nothing of that back. So my advice is find your vendor, order a small amount, like 50, and then go on from there. That's what I would do if I was you guys. Once you obviously try on the sample, if you like it and you're about to put an order, start off with 50, and if you feel like 50 it's all good for you, try it out another week, and if you're running out faster, you're getting more customers and stuff like that, then go up a bit, go up to 100. They do like 50, 100, 200, like they go up by, once you do first your 50, they go up by hundreds, and then obviously they have the big one, which is 5 and 1,000. It's just, then they keep going and going on. Obviously the more you order, the cheaper the lashes, but start off with a small amount first. Now after finding a vendor, you guys want to go and buy all the supplies. I won't be really going details on what supplies you're going to be buying, just depending because of the lashes and stuff, but I will make a total different video on all the supplies you guys will need. Next thing you guys want to do is going to set up a website. So what I did first was I was selling them, like they will have to message me, and then like I will like get the information and then write it down and all that stuff. But then obviously I grew like my followers and stuff like that, so I want to look a bit more professional, and I want to go ahead and did a website. Honestly, finding a website can kind of be a bit difficult, especially like me. If you don't know anything about websites, you don't know anything about the whole how to edit them, how to start one, then yeah, it can be really hard. I don't know what's wrong with mine. Mine keep like not crashing, I want to say. I think it is that, because that's what the email says. But because there's just so many people on the website at the same time, and how I got my website was for like a certain amount of like people that can be on it, and obviously I am growing, so I might have to update my website again, which is a good and bad thing, because obviously the price is going higher, and the good thing, because that means I'm growing. But I keep having problems with it, but I mean I still like it because it's easy. It was super easy to work with. After getting the whole website, obviously you need to know information about shipping. So what I did, I visited my nearest local post office, and I asked them, how does the shipping feed work, how much is this, how much is that. I went and took not all my lashes. I took up to like 5 lashes, which I thought, you know, someone can order up to 5 lashes. So I went and I asked her how much, you know, a 1 lash weighs, how much does 2, how much does 3, and how much does up to 5, you know, weight. And then I went on from there, and she told me how I can calculate it. I went to the store and bought a scale, and that's how I, you know, weigh all my stuff before I ship them out and stuff. So you want to also have information about that, because you know, your customers are the ones that are paying for the shipping, and you don't want to have them pay a crazy amount of shipping fee, you know, and they order like 1 lashes or something small. You know, you don't want to do that. So you really want to get good information about that. And my best advice is just go and ask them. You can either call them or just go up there and, you know, and tell them, you know, hey, I'm starting a business and I'm starting a website and I need to know how much this weight, and they'll tell you. That's what I did. Alright guys, so that is it. You guys honestly need to know on how to start your own lash business. I know it wasn't a lot. I probably missed a couple informations. Like I said, I can do another video, or I can make another video on the supplies, or what kind of supplies you guys possibly would need. If you guys do want that, make sure to comment that down below. But before I leave, I do want to say something super quick. If you guys are really interested in making, or you know, starting this lash business, make sure this is something you guys want to do. Don't make it, you know, don't do it because you see everybody else doing it, or you think that it's gonna make you rich, because let me tell you that right off the back, it's not. It's like I always tell everybody, in order to make money, you have to spend money. So that means you guys will have to save up. You know, starting this business, it's not that cheap. Believe me, once you find your vendor, you're gonna understand what I mean. It's not that cheap. But make sure this is something, like I said, you are going to put your full hard work and dedication to. I personally almost kind of quit, because it does break you in a certain point where it stresses you, it makes you go kind of crazy, especially if you're like a mom like me. It does take time from your family, because you are on the computer, you are talking to vendors, try to, you know what's the next thing you're gonna come up with. So it's really hard. If you have a really good support system, then you shouldn't worry about it at all. I would love to see every single one of you guys start your own business, and hopefully one day we can collab together. But yeah, you guys, make sure this is something, like I said, you really love and you're going to be super passionate about. At first, I didn't know what I got myself into, but now I am going to be turning a year with my company, and I am super excited, because I didn't know I was going to be able to make it to a year. With that being said, you guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Go ahead and send this video to all your friends and family members if they are interested or talking about starting their own lash business. Guys, like I said, are still wondering or still have a few questions, don't hesitate to send me either DM or email me, and I will be honest about it. So hopefully you guys, this gave you guys enough information on how to start one. So until next time, bye.